Welcome back to Corks, Cocktails, and Chemistry, the show where we pour something smooth, tell the truth because I'm not scared, and talk about chemistry the way adults actually experience it. I'm your host, Chafe, and tonight we are stepping all the way in to grown folk territory. We're talking sex and sensuality, the masculine versus feminine blueprint. We're not here to argue. We are not here to compete. We are here to finally understand why we keep missing each other in the dark, even when we are in the same bed. So pour yourself something, whether it's wine, whiskey, tequila, a mocktail, or water, whatever your lane is. Just sip slowly, because this conversation, it deserves presence and patience. Before we go any further, let's read the room. How are you walking into this moment? I hope that you're open, curious, and ready to connect, because listen, the energy you bring into intimacy speaks before your body ever does. Now I'm going to tell you how I'm walking in. I'm walking in relaxed. I'm not rushed. I'm secure in my softness and in my strength. I'm not trying to be sexy because desperation is never sexy. I'm not trying to be deep because forced depth is just an awkward silence with eye contact. I'm just here and I'm present. My shoulders are down. My breath is slow. My phone is face down because nothing kills chemistry faster than a notification from somebody who is not in the room. And that is the invitation, because chemistry doesn't respond to pressure. It responds to attunement. So wherever you are right now, whether you're driving, folding laundry, or laying next to someone pretending to listen to this podcast, check your energy. Unclench your jaw, drop your shoulders, and exhale like you have nothing to prove. This conversation isn't about who's right. It's about who's available. Okay, now that the vibe is set, let's get back to it. Let's start here. Most of us were taught how to have sex, but not how to experience intimacy. No one sat us down and said, this is how men are wired to approach desire, or this is how women are wired to receive and expand it. Instead, we learned from movies, music, and trauma. And now everybody's frustrated, offended, or pretending not to be. So tonight, we're slowing it all the way down. Not to place blame, but to build fluency, because chemistry is understanding. Let's talk about the masculine energy for a moment. Men often approach intimacy from the outside in, visual, physical, action-oriented. For many men, desire shows up in the body first, then the emotions try to catch up. Touch creates closeness, sex creates bonding, release creates relaxation. And here's the part people don't say out loud. For a lot of men, sex is one of the only places they feel fully accepted. No performance review, no armor, no proving. Just presence. But when men aren't taught emotional language, physical pursuit becomes their loudest sentence. So instead of saying, I want to feel wanted, I want to feel connected, or I want to feel chosen, it comes out as, why don't you ever want me? Why does it take so much? Or why does it feel like work? It's the same need, just a different dialect. Now let's shift. Feminine energy moves from the inside out. Women don't just experience sex with their bodies. They experience it with their nervous system, their emotions, their imagination. Safety turns into softness. Softness turns into openness. Openness turns into desire. For many women, sensuality begins long before the bedroom. It begins with tone, consistency, with how she's spoken to when nobody's watching. So when a woman says she's tired or distracted or just not in the mood, it's rarely about sex. It's usually about disconnection. She's feeling unseen, unheard, and unheld. Her body isn't rejecting you. It's waiting for the environment to be right. Now, we're going to let that stir as we step into the flavor lounge for our glass and ash moment. This is where we stop talking at each other and start listening to the room. Tonight's pour is something velvety and intentional. It's a full-bodied red wine, something that coats the mouth, lingers on the tongue, and doesn't rush you to the finish. Because that's the lesson. Good sensuality doesn't sprint, it strolls. Now, let's talk about the ash. I've got a medium-bodied cigar burning, something smooth, slightly creamy with a little spice on the back end. A cigar that doesn't overpower, but it does make its presence known. That's the masculine-feminine balance right there. The cigar leads with confidence. The wine responds with depth. Neither rushes the other. They just coexist. So, as we sit together, notice where your shoulders drop. As you exhale, let go of what you've been gripping to too tightly. Because sensuality lives in the nervous system, and chemistry only shows up when the body feels safe enough to stay. Take another sip. Let the ash fall when it's ready. Desire doesn't live in pressure. It lives in permission. Now, let me tell you a real version of this story. There was a couple, very much grown, very much established. Bills were paid, goals were in motion. You know, the kind of couple people look at and assume, oh, they've got it all together. And in the beginning, the chemistry was loud. That can't keep your hands to yourself type energy. Kisses in the kitchen, hands just finding each other just because. But then life, you know, it started lifing. Work, stress, schedules, responsibilities. And little by little, their rhythm changed. He started feeling like he was the only one reaching, always initiating, always wanting. After a while, that wanting started to feel like rejection. And when he said, "I miss you," what he really meant was, "I don't feel chosen anymore." But what she heard was, "You are failing me." Meanwhile, she was tired. Not just physically, emotionally. Her mind was full, her body was guarded. So when she said, "I need connection," what she really meant was, "I need to feel safe enough to soften." But what he heard was, "You are not doing this right." And that's where the collision happened. Not because the love was gone, not because the attraction had disappeared, but because they were speaking from two different blueprints. He was approaching intimacy through action and pursuit. She was experiencing sensuality through presence and emotional safety. Same desire, but different entry points. And the shift, it didn't happen in the bedroom. It happened in a conversation, a quiet conversation. No accusations, no scorekeeping, just curiosity. He learned that emotional foreplay wasn't a weakness, it was an invitation. That slowing down didn't mean rejection, it meant trust building. She learned that initiating didn't make her selfish, it made her expressive. That desire didn't have to be perfect to be honest. And when those lessons met, the chemistry didn't just come back. Baby, it came back strong, seasoned, intentional. Less frantic, more feeling. See, that's what happens when you stop trying to win and start trying to understand. Here's the truth, and I want you to hear this without tensing up. Masculine energy craves appreciation, not applause, not ego stroking, but the feeling of being seen for effort. Feminine energy craves attunement, not perfection, not mind reading, but the feeling of being felt before even being touched. When those two needs are fed, desire doesn't have to be chased, it flows. This is what it actually looks like in real life, not Instagram quotes, not podcast fluff. For men, it looks like learning how to slow down without internalizing it as rejection. Understanding that a pause isn't a no, it's usually a not yet. That when a woman asks for connection, she's not moving the goalpost, she's opening the door. For women, it looks like learning how to open up without feeling pressured or guilty. Understanding that desire doesn't make you demanding. Initiation doesn't make you less feminine. And responding doesn't mean abandoning your boundaries. And for both, it looks like taking responsibility for the environment you create together. Because intimacy doesn't live in grand gestures. It lives in tone, in timing, and consistency. It lives in how you speak to each other when sex isn't on the table. How safe the room feels, how relaxed the body stays. Here's the part that no one wants to admit. If your relationship feels tense, your sex life will too. If your conversations feel rushed, your desire will shut down. Chemistry isn't fragile, it's responsive. It doesn't disappear, it adapts to conditions. Change the conditions, and the chemistry follows. It's simple. All right. As we are finishing this pour, I want to leave you with this. Sex is an act. Sensuality is an experience. And when you stop trying to make your partner fit your blueprint and learn how they are wired, that is when the chemistry stops feeling forced and starts feeling natural. Masculine energy doesn't have to dominate to lead. And feminine energy doesn't have to withhold to be powerful. Okay, family, raise your glass with me. Here's to sex, not the performance of it, but the presence it requires. And here's to sensuality, the slow burn, the eye contact, the breath before the touch. May we stop rushing the moment and start honoring the feeling. May we always remember that real chemistry isn't about what you do to someone. It's about how safe they feel being fully and completely seen by you. Cheers to connection that lingers long after the glass is empty. Now, if tonight made you think, if it made you feel, or if it made you text somebody that you shouldn't have, that's not an accident. That is your awareness waking up. So pull up next time where we'll have the same vibe, a deeper chemistry, and no surface level talk. Until then, keep your mind open, your glass full, and your chemistry sexy. The next round's on me. Don't be late.